All right.
Okay, can y'all hear us now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. Sorry for the delay. So I will begin by calling this meeting to order, and I will call roll to ensure that we have a quorum this morning. So Mr. LaFan?
Yes.
Mr. Carlisle?
Yes.
Ms. Farmer?
Yes.
Okay, so we do have a quorum, and our first item of business will be to approve the general agenda for today's meeting.
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
And that passes. So today what we are looking at is the approval to accept the low bid from Hanco Corporation to build the new Purvis and Sumrall High Schools. So before we accept, well, do we need to accept a motion for discussion?
I'll be happy to,
Just a brief.
to brief everybody on it. Good morning. Brad Patano, are you present, I believe?
Yes, sir. I am.
Hey, Brad, welcome. Brad Patano, our chief engineer from MP Design, is here. He has prepared the recommendation from our bid opening the other day. And if you'll give me just 1 second, I'm trying to pull it up. I'm sorry, y'all. Brad, it came from Emily, correct?
It did. I've got it. I don't know if there's a way for me to throw it up there or not, but
No, I just want, yeah, here it is right here. Again, we did receive 6 bids. Lowest bid, Hanco Corporation, with $87,553,000. We added, wanted to add 3 alternates, 1, 6, and 7. That would be a 1-year extended warranty. That's an additional year to the 1-year owner once we take ownership of the building. For anything, Brad can explain more of that if you'd like. The millwork package, which would be enable us to have built-ins versus having to buy the filing cabinets and metal shelves and things of that nature. And then
$590.
590,000. And then the other one is a alternate number 7 is a fire pump building that would need at Summerall High School at the price of $558,000. That one, Brad, correct me if I'm wrong, is we need to include it, but it may be once we get there and test everything, it may not be needed. Is that correct?
It might not be needed. It probably will, but it also might be able to be downsized. So there could be some savings from that 558 potentially. It could go away, but it's probably going to be something. We just hope it's less.
Right.
Okay, so that tells me that just as we can have change orders that perhaps could make things go up at times, we may also have change orders that could make things go down at times.
It's possible.
Yes.
Okay. That was my concern, was that we were locked in on each one of these options if we decided we did not need them later on.
No,
So
absolutely
figure
not.
it can go down.
We can definitely change it.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Brad, correct me as I go through this, is his team was in touch with Chris Hudson with Hanco Construction to let them know. Obviously, they knew that they were the low bid, but they've also been value engineering several of the items. And right now we have a value engineering price that both MP Design has approved, as well as myself and Jesse Clinton have reviewed, in the amount of $2.3 million. So we would be entering into an agreement right now for a total contract price for both Summerall High School and Purvis High School, $86,549,000. Brad, do you want to add anything to that?
No, that's correct. And if the value engineering items we accept that are attached, I do know that we have been still in contact with Chris, and we are continuing to work to find additional items. I can't make any guarantees as to what that is. I think right now in my head, kind of the unofficial tally that we're at is somewhere around another 100,000. But we're just going to kind of continue to let that list accumulate, and then we'll sit down with you guys once we feel like we've got all of them identified, and potentially make some more selections to reduce the price additionally.
Okay, so we can, even though we approve today, we can still move within that additional 10% for the potential 10%.
I looked it up, it's called a deductive change order.
Deducted.
You can deduct things as a change order in the future from the contract.
Okay, that was my question. I just want to make sure that we weren't saying today that we're promising 86,549,000 no matter what. So we're not saying that. We're saying that number could come down if we can find things throughout the process to, that either weren't as expensive as we thought or weren't necessary.
But you also know on any construction job that change orders that go.
They're gonna go up too. Yeah, I do know. So that's why I'm concerned about that number. So,
And Brad, like we talked, and I see Mr. Voss, you're part of the conversation as well. Essentially, that is correct. They could have the deductive change orders, but we've, also want to know going into it that we've got to feel comfortable with the $86 million number.
100%.
And I have talked with both Mr. Voss, our current CFO, obviously Ms. Hessian, our outgoing CFO, who's our bond specialist, and we have looked at numbers. Although it's more than what we had hoped for in the very beginning, we still feel confident that we'll be able to complete these two high schools and still stay on track to, with Brad, put out for bid Oak Grove Middle School in early 2026.
Fantastic.
Without
Yes.
making any cuts to that, to reduce the size or anything of that nature for Oak Grove Middle School.
Absolutely. Yes. And of course,
Mr. Voss, you want to speak to that and just give an affirmative? That I didn't misspeak?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir. You said it perfectly. I agree 100%.
yes, I've never built anything that came in less than I planned. So, so yes, that was my concern, was anticipating things that might come up. I wanted to make sure that there was some potential for things also decreasing at the same time. So, okay. Just in looking at this and praying over this, I think that we have to trust the people that we've brought in to lead us in this endeavor. And one thing that I know about Jennifer Hessian and Chase Voss is that they have been incredible stewards of the money in Lamar County. And if you guys are coming on board and telling me that you believe that this is something that can happen, then I trust you, because you've not given me any reason to believe otherwise. And so, does anybody else have any questions at this time before we take a motion? Mr. Carlisle, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So then, and Mr. Patano, did you have anything else to add?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so then we will take a motion at this time.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? That is unanimous, and we will approve the bid from Hanco Corporation to build our new Purvis and Summerall High School. So we are very excited to move on with this project.
Yes. Thank you very much. Mr. Patano will go ahead and start, since this has been approved. We will make sure that Scott Jones from Adams and Reese has been reviewing our construction contracts. This is specialty. We've already begun that process, correct, Brad?
Yes, sir. I would anticipate that he's already reviewed it. So yeah, and actually I just got a text while we were on this phone from Chris Hudson. He's said that he's going to have bonds and insurance in hand today, which is very, very fast. And he's going to have that back to my office today. So as soon as we get it, we will either drive it up or get it in the mail to you guys. But he's also saying that he is planning to mobilize a crew to start clearing the sites next week. So that's,
Wow.
that's
Well, that's
crazy.
even more, that was negate what I was about to say, because we were going to say Brad was going to schedule that meeting between us and Hancock Construction so we could go ahead and see when we could get started. It sounds like we've already moved in that direction. So.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely need to still have a formal, pre-construction meeting.
Correct.
We need to get a formal notice to proceed once we've got the executed contracts back. So we will do that, but unless you guys tell me otherwise, I guess he's going to be out there on site starting to clear the site sometime next week, which is obviously at his risk without having a executed contract in his hands. But
as soon as you get the contract complete, you will send it to him to review and sign, and then it will come to me as well.
I've already done that. I've already sent him the contract. So
Okay.
he has signed it. He just can't send them back to us without the bonds and insurance, because without that it's invalid. So he's saying he's going to have that today. So next week you will have executed contracts. So I will go ahead and send what I have already sent, but I'll go ahead and send this to Scott again and just tell him that, our expectation is that we're going to execute this thing next week.
All right. Board, I think that's it.
Okay, well, thank you so much for the information. We appreciate everyone attending. We appreciate just everyone's diligence throughout this entire process. I certainly do not have the knowledge or the ability to have done this by myself, so we appreciate that. So if no one else has anything, then we will officially recess. So we will take a motion for recess.
Motion.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Thank you so much for being here with us today. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Mr. Patano.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.